Welcome to Mortgage Monday. We've got a special edition for you today. We are going to be discussing the Employee Retention Credit, basically free money to small business owners, hopefully of which you are one or maybe you work for one. In today's show, we're going to talk about what this is, who it applies for, what conditions need to be met, how much money you can get, and where to go if you're interested in finding out more. Helping me explain the topic today is my partner and broker of the One Brokerage, Christian Batchelor. Christian, how are you today?
I'm good. Excited to get this news out there for small business owners.
All right, man, let's get into it. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Mortgage Monday. And if you are a business owner or know a business owner, today's show may be very helpful for you. We're trying to make/save you some money. Christian and I are going to be talking about the Employee Retention Credit, a little known strategy that you can use to save some money if you're running a business, which I hope more and more of you are. So let's start with a high level understanding here. What is the ERC?
Yeah, basically what it is that it's part of the 2020-2021 CARES Act, which was the COVID kind of relief act that went out and included things like the PPP, the Payment Protection Program. This episode is going to be a little bit more catered to small business owners, people who may have employees, mainly between 5 and 500 employees, so small to large small businesses. And basically, the concept of it is while the PPP was there to help you retain your employees, those of you who got maybe like an EIDL loan, which was one of the COVID stimulus loans, or grants, I should say, there was a lot of relief that was given to us by our government. And regardless of your political stance on it, the concept was the government cared about keeping small businesses open, right? They know the value that small businesses bring to the nation as a whole, and they wanted to do their part in helping them remain, in keeping their doors open. The ERC is basically the last tail of it. And to summarize it, basically, if you had between 5 and 500 employees throughout 2020 and 2021, and you were able to retain them, there is a grant that is available to you. It is not dried out. There is still a lot of liquidity in the program. A lot of small business owners do not know about this, but the idea is it's basically a thank you card. It's a good job. You kept your doors open. You kept people employed. You kept the economy, as stable as we could in a very unstable time by providing your company services to customers or, other businesses, whatever service you do provide. And it comes in the form of a tax credit. For those unaware, tax credits are a little bit different than deductions. It's actually a dollar for dollar savings on your taxes. So this is a straight refund. Could either be on taxes you already paid or taxes you are about to pay as a little thank you from the government for keeping your doors open.
You mentioned that there is a limit on the number of employees that were in the small business. What was that number? 5 to what?
Yeah, 5 to 500. Now, probably few companies have 500 employees, right? But a lot of small businesses have between 5 and 10, right? The sweet spot for this program is your classic, retail, restaurant, service-related industry, maybe a real estate brokerage, maybe a mortgage brokerage, insurance company, things like that, is in your local strip mall, right? 5 to 10 employees, depending on how many, staff you're currently holding on to. What's important to note is that you had to maintain those employees throughout COVID. So if you had 5 and you dropped down to 2 in 2020, that would most likely invalidate you. I would still recommend people reach out. This is obviously a service that we're providing and we've gotten signed up with, and one that, I believe in the people who were able to continue their entrepreneurship and provide their services in a very, very, very stressful time for small business owners in America. This is something that is set aside for you and something that you deserve.
So if somebody had employees and they did not lay them off during, what was the time frame?
It was 2020 and 2021.
Okay. They didn't lay anybody off during 20 or 2021. They're eligible for a credit as a small business that employs 5 to 500 people as part of the COVID Relief Act. Now, this could apply to someone who runs a property management business, a mortgage brokership, a real estate brokerage. What about like a real estate team or something like that if they employ W-2 workers?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is that it has to be W-2 employees. So that word employees means something, right? 1099 independent contractors, which is typically how realtors are set up, would not qualify you. So for instance, us, the real estate teams, the lending teams, we most likely would not qualify, right? We don't have, hundreds of employees. We have independent contractors, right? So it all comes down to how you structure your business, what your payroll is. But if you had 5 employees, reach out. The maximum you could get, I believe, is $26,000 per employee. So it's a significant number. If you got 5 employees, that's $100,000. And it's not a loan, something that you got to pay back with interest. This is a grant set aside as a thank you for keeping your doors open.
Now, we're mentioning real estate related businesses, but really this is for any business, restaurants, tax professionals. I like your description of anything that is in a strip mall. They're probably employing people, someone that had any kind of a retail clothing store. Lots of opportunities here to reach out and see if they can save some money. What's the savings range that someone could expect to possibly receive?
Yeah, I've heard from the people that we've processed between, I'd say on the low end, $5,000 to $10,000 per employee. And the maximum per employee is $26,000 if you fit all the criteria that, there is a process. There's like an application that you go through and you go through verifications and all that. You'll have to provide payroll data. You'll have to provide proof that those people were and are employed. Right. But I mean, it's something that, you talk about some small businesses getting access to, especially in a time where, lines of credit are kind of drawn up and commercial purpose loans are hard to get, business lines of credit are hard to get. This could be that saving grace that comes in and helps you keep your doors open in a time that, maybe business is down or, the economy and inflation is having a significant impact on a lot of retail shops or restaurants. This could literally be what keeps the doors open, right? To get through the rest of this, whatever crazy world when we're in the economy. Right. And like I said, if you got 10 employees and you're getting $20,000 an employee, it's $200,000. That's going to keep the doors open for a little bit.
Now, how is this money received? Is it a check that they're sending you or does it come in a different form?
Yeah, this would come from what I've seen. It's between a 2 to 4 month funding period. It is in the form of a tax credit, which means you are going to get a check from the U.S. Treasury. Obviously, the application has to be processed and you have to be approved and meet all the criteria and whatnot. But it would come directly from the U.S. Treasury.
Okay, is there anyone that this does not apply to who should just think, oh, I shouldn't even bother reaching out?
Yeah, I mean, if you're self-employed, so for instance, individual realtors, obviously you don't have employees. Just because you're part of a company that has employees doesn't mean that, right? Now, I don't want to talk for business owners, but if an employee is the one who gets the business owner referred to this program, maybe there's some sort of bonus you can negotiate or something, right?
Maybe get yourself a couple weekends off, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I know if one of our loan officers was responsible for getting us, $200,000, $300,000 in free money, that'd be something that's, rewarded, right? But the idea would be if you are part of a small business, if you own a small business specifically, or if you know anyone, this is literally free money waiting for them. And regardless of your opinion of the COVID stimulus, and I know that's a very political topic that we won't get into for out of sense of time here, it is something that is available. If you're not getting it, somebody else is. I mean, I would rather listeners to this podcast and people who are pursuing financial independence and growing their freedom through real estate, I would prefer it go to people like that because they're going to give back to the economy and help grow this thing, right? And if you're not using it, there's somebody who's probably not, going to go put that as money down buying a Lamborghini or something silly. Let's get it in the hands of people who are thinking the right way, educating themselves the right way, and where we know that money's going to go to good use.
Okay, so if somebody wants a pretty significant tax savings and they fit the bill, that was years 20 and 2021, between 5 and 500 employees, and they didn't lay them off during COVID, it is worth applying to see if they can get some of this free money, as you mentioned. If they're a business owner or they work in a business and they're telling their boss about this, where would you recommend that they go to find out more?
Yeah, obviously, selfishly speaking, we are a provider of this service. Just shoot me an email, title it ERC, Employee Retention Credit. We'll know what to do with that. We'll put you in touch with the vendor that can get you processed, get you through the application, kind of guide you into what documents to present. Just so if you want to start collecting stuff in the meantime, payroll data, if you provided any health benefits or retirement benefits, and obviously your staff list. That'll get you started. As you go through the application, there may be more information required, but that'll at least get the ball rolling. And like I said, 3 to 4 month processing time, and we can potentially get you a very significant amount of change that you don't have to repay back.
And you said to send you an email. What's the email they should send it to?
It's Christian, my name, @theonebrokerage.com. You can also message me on BiggerPockets on my Instagram, which is @theonebroker, underscores in between. You can also get in touch with David. He can forward it to me. But ultimately, reach out to The One Brokerage. We can help you out.
There we go. So reach out, get your money, and use it to buy some real estate that will build generational wealth for your family. And with a small portion of that money, you can get yourself a BiggerPockets Pro membership at a discount because you are a loyal listener of Mortgage Mondays. That's right. If you head to BiggerPockets.com/pro upgrade and use the code Monday20, you can get yourself 20% off a yearly subscription of the BP Pro membership, which will allow you to analyze properties better, estimate rehab costs better, and get a whole bunch of discounts through different vendors that have partnered with BiggerPockets. Basically, your starter pack for getting started investing in real estate. Use some of that ERC credit to buy yourself Pro membership at a discount. You're welcome. Christian, thank you for joining me today. I'll let you get out of here. I'm David Green 24 on all social media, or you can find out more at davidgreen24.com. And if you want to know more about the employee retention credit, please do some Googling or reach out to Christian and he can help you there. We will see you on the next episode.